instructional video is on writing equations of proportional relationships using word problems. 1. When Trayvon goes to the batting cages, he uses 2 tokens for every 10 pitches. There's a proportional relationship between the number of tokens Trayvon uses, x, and the number of pitches, y. So when talking about proportional relationships, we are going to divide to find the unit rate, the rate of change, or sometimes called the constant of proportionality. When solving and dividing to find that value, we divide it in order of our y value over the x value. And so in this problem, it tells us that the tokens is representative of the letter x, and the number of pitches is the y value. So it's always going to be the fraction y over x. So for this problem, he does 10 pitches over 2 tokens. And so using your calculator, 10 divided by 2 gets you an answer of 5. And so our answer is 5 pitches per token. Now, we want to turn that into an equation. Our equation for proportional relationships is y equals kx. And so our rate of change that we solved for is equal to the k value. So when we write our equation, we're going to have y equals kx. We replace the number with 5 because that was the value we solved for. Y equals 5x is our equation. 2. Devon's favorite applesauce recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of cinnamon for every 3 apples. There's a proportional relationship between the number of apples x and the amount of cinnamon y. So again, we would start with our fraction y over x. It tells us that the number of apples is our x value, and it tells us that the amount of cinnamon is our y value. So if we set up our fraction accordingly, we have 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and on the bottom we have 3 apples. If you divide 2/3, you get a repeating decimal, 0.6 repeating. If you convert that into a fraction, we would have 2/3. So it's 2/3 of a teaspoon of cinnamon per apple. Now, we want to take that answer is our rate of change, the unit rate, the constant of proportionality, and we want to match it into the equation, y equals kx. Our y value stays the same, k turns into our answer 2/3, and then our x value stays the same as well. Y equals 2/3 x is our equation. 3. Alicia makes 40 ice cubes with 4 ice trays. There's a proportional relationship between the number of trays Alicia uses, x, and the total number of ice cubes she makes, y. Again, our fraction is y over x. Y is the number of ice cubes, and x is the number of trays. So for our equation, she makes 40 ice cubes, and she has 4 ice trays. When you divide 40 divided by 4, you get 10. So there are 10 ice cubes per tray. That answer is our unit rate, the rate of change, or the constant of proportionality. We are then going to turn it into our equation, y equals kx, replacing the letter k with our answer 10. Y equals 10x is our final equation. Pays $8 for 10 skateboard stickers. There's a proportional relationship between the number of stickers Xander buys, x, and the total cost, y. Our fraction stays y over x. Our y value is the total cost, so the money, and then the x would be the stickers. So if we transform that into our equation, he pays $8 for his total cost, for his 10 total stickers. On your calculator, when you divide 8 divided by 10, you end up with 0.8. Because we are dealing with money, we would add an extra 0 to make 80 cents. It's 80 cents per sticker. we take our answer and write it into the equation y equals kx, replacing the letter k with our answer 80 cents, which represents the rate of change, the unit rate, and the constant of proportionality. Number 5, Brody is laying new tile flooring in his hallway. For every 2 feet in the hallway, he places 8 tiles. There's a proportional relationship between the length of the hallway Brody covers, x, and the number of tiles he needs, y. So y is our top number, x is our bottom number, y is the number of tiles, x is the length of the hallway. So looking back at our equation, we know that he uses 8 tiles, and we know that he covers 2 feet. And so if we divide 8 divided by 2, we would get an answer of 4 tiles per foot. This answer represents the unit rate, the constant of proportionality, also called the rate of change. We're going to use that in our equation, y equals kx, replacing the letter k with our answer 4.